Oh, that's a bit scary. I'm at 0%. Charge needed to reach destination. Okay. All right. Hello everyone, my name is Victorian and welcome to another episode of The French Connection. Okay, so new format here. The road I used usually to do the Salmon Arm Challenge to BC, so via Golden, is closed for a couple of weeks. But I had the Tesla Model X on rental, so I had to do something with it. So I decided, okay, you know what? I will be doing, if I can't go west, I'm going to go east towards Saskatchewan instead of going to BC. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to drive all the way to Swift Current, which is 560, 70 kilometers from my home and back. So that's going to be a round trip of almost 1,200 kilometers. I'll be comparing the charging infrastructure, so CCS versus Tesla, right? To keep the suspense intact, I'm going to use a kind of slow charging Tesla, if I can say that, with not a huge range. So that's why I'm going to use the Model X. It's a 2016 Model X 90D. If I had used the Model 3 long range, there wouldn't be any suspense against my Mach-E. For sure, the Tesla would have won. So, by using an old Tesla, that's an old Tesla, 2016, that doesn't charge that fast, doesn't have a great range. The CCS car has a chance here. So that's going to be interesting to watch. Part one, that's going to be the Tesla doing the trip. It's going to be a two-part episode, if I can say that. And the second part is going to be the trip with the Mach-E. So yeah, I think that's it. I will let you watch the first episode with the Tesla. Enjoy, and I'll see you at the end for some numbers. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The French Connection. This morning, we're going to start road tripping the Model X 90D that's just behind me, 2016 Model X 90D. And we're going to do the round trip to Swift Current in Saskatchewan and back here in Cochrane. And we'll do the same later with the Mustang Mach-E that's outside, when I say later, in 2 days. Temperature is pretty cold outside right now. It's 3 degrees, but the car is all warmed up in my garage. It's 20 degrees in the garage, so it's perfect. Let's take a look at the plan for the road trip. All right, so we have the trip here. I'm just gonna turn off the ventilation here. So I set home to Swift Current and back. There you go. So it's telling me to charge in I can't pronounce that city. Strathmore. There you go. Medicine Hat, Swift Current, Medicine Hat, Strathmore, and home. I'm not gonna charge to Strathmore. I know that might be tough to go to Medicine Hat because it's like 350 kilometers away. The car is telling me I have 400 kilometers of range, but that's not gonna happen on the highway, especially with it's now 3 degrees outside or something like that. So I'll charge in Bassano, not in Strathmore. Somewhere around here. Bassano, there's a supercharger. So I'm gonna drive to Bassano, charge a bit, and Medicine Hat, Swift Current, back to Medicine Hat, and then Bassano or Strathmore on the way back. I checked the winds. The winds are going to be super, super calm, which is really lucky because in the prairies, it's really different than usually when I drive west to the mountains. So I'm lucky if the winds are calm, so that's a good thing. Temperature should be kind of low, but in the 15th, in the 10th, this afternoon, so that's gonna be better. And let's hit the road. Okay, a little trick here. I'm gonna go suspension very low. So I don't know if it's gonna make a difference in terms of consumption. We'll see. But I think it's worth trying because maybe we could make it to Medicine Hat in just one leg. We'll see. Yeah, everything's been reset. We're all good.
I'm on the move, out into the great wide open. Look out, world, here.
So I just checked, and we have actually a slight tailwind. So probably like it says 4 knots, which is like 8 kilometers an hour. So plus we're going down slightly from Cochrane to Calgary, so 40 kilometers, and we've had the average energy consumption of 181 watt hour per kilometer. So that's pretty good. So I'm thinking if it keeps going that this, that we might be able to skip the charging stop in Bassano and go straight for Medicine Hat.
Fly around the world over oceans, scrape out a living just for
The sun is killing me. That's the problem of driving eastbound in the morning. I'd rather be going in the mountains, but the road's closed, so what are you gonna do? So anyway, we're 80 kilometers from Bassano, driving at 120 kilometers on the highway. Temperature is 6 degrees. Our consumption is 197 watt hour per kilometer. So I'm thinking, you know, we still have good range remaining. We're at 71%. So I'm thinking we might be able to push all the way to Medicine Hat. So we're supposed to charge here in Bassano for now, but I'm thinking we might be able to push all the way to Medicine Hat, and we'd have better charging speed instead of stopping in Bassano for 10 minutes. So we'll see. Hopefully we can make it to Medicine Hat.
fly around the world over oceans, scrape out a living just for this feeling, alive and well, and I'm breathing.
All right, so we are in Bassano. The supercharger is just right there. That's the highway. The supercharger is here. I'm not gonna take any chance because my projected range is getting too close to the remaining distance if I want to go to Medicine Hat. So look at that. I'll plug. I'll plug like 10 minutes, and then I'll keep going to Medicine Hat. All right. Okie dokie. We'll plug in. It's gonna work. And I'll go grab a coffee. And then we'll be on our way. We've driven 192 kilometers, used 39 kilowatt hours, and average consumption 206 watt hour per kilometer. Okay, let's plug in. That's here in the Model X. Oh, guess what? We're charging. Incredible. All right, go grab a coffee. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty slow at 50% state of charge, I think. 71, 86, 102. Oh, it's not bad for an old Model X. Oh, actually, look at that. 110 kilowatts. Well, it's already slowing down, but still, that's not bad. I was expecting a bit slower. All right, so we've been charging for 5 minutes, 6 minutes. I just grabbed a coffee, went to the washroom, and it already says that we will be arriving at the supercharger in Medicine Hat with 10%. Still charging at 72 kilowatts here. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's unplug and we'll hit the road. Thank you, Tesla, for making it that easy. All right, let's go. All right, taking the exit here in Medicine Hat, and we're going to be arriving at the supercharger in 1 kilometer. Let's take a look at our trip consumption here for that leg from Bassano to here in Medicine Hat. So 218 watt hour per kilometer since we left home. And since last charge, so on the last leg, 232 watt-hour per kilometers. That's the consumption with the Model X at 120 kilometers an hour. All right, and it looks like the supercharger is completely empty. So that's the nice thing with Tesla, right? You're gonna be arriving, sorry, at the supercharger. It's empty, 6 stalls, and you can take any of them, and they're gonna work. %9 when we arrived. Time remaining to continue the trip, 30 minutes. That would make sense. 38, 48. And it's probably gonna get stuck at 50. Yeah, that's what I've seen yesterday. It's gonna be staying at 50 kilowatts for a bit, and then it's gonna ramp up probably up to 150 kilowatts, around 20% or so. Charging, so I had the 141 kilowatt. That was the peak at 22%. I checked on the app as I was ordering some coffee and food over there at Starbucks. And right now it's already starting to decrease. Yesterday I did a charge and I had a bit more. I had 155 kilowatt, I think. So yeah, I don't know. It depends on the temperature, I guess, maybe. Yesterday was warmer, but you'd think it would precondition and be consistent. I don't know. Anyway, it's 13 degrees, no wind, so the conditions are pretty good today for a road trip. And being French, I bought some croissants, obviously. Okay, I want to mention as well, sorry, I'm not being polite. I'm talking with my mouth being full. I apologize, but I'm French. So it's interesting because you have 3 chargers here, so you can see I'm using one, and there is another 2, and then you have another 3 chargers over there. But on those ones, it's written that you can stay only 30 minutes maximum. So I've never seen that. I'll go and show you later, but it's an interesting layout for a supercharger. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be nice with you. I'm gonna clean the windshield so you have nice footage when I'm driving of the prairies, beautiful prairies. Okay, so here is a bug. So we're still charging 56 kilowatts at 63%. Sorry, but here, so the state of charge is increasing, but the state of charge estimated upon arrival in Swift current is staying the same. It's stuck at 3%. I don't know why. I think I'm gonna leave. I think I have enough. I'll wait 64%, and if it stays stuck at 3% here, I'm just gonna leave. There you go. See, 64%, but it stays stuck at 3%. If I reset it, it doesn't do anything. I just did it. Let's go there. 3% here. Here it says 0%. But if I do continue the trip, 3%. Yeah, see, I'm at 65% right now, and it's still 3% here. Right there and right there as well. So I'm gonna unplug. Let's see what number we'll have. Probably gonna jump to 5%. Stay below 110 to reach destination. And I still have 3%. Oh, let's take it. Let's give it a shot.
I'm on the move.
Oh, interesting here. It says stay below 105 kilometers an hour to reach your destination. Here I have 110 kilometers an hour. Still says 3% here, but here on the energy management display, it disappeared. I guess it doesn't want to tell me to scare me, maybe. It doesn't want to scare me, so it's not telling me anything. But it looks like I'll make it for now. if I stay at that speed with like 2% maybe, so we'll see. If needed, I'll just slow down to 110, 105 kilometers an hour at the end. And the temperature has increased. We're now at 16 degrees. I just checked the wind. It's a slight tailwind actually. So good conditions. Saskatchewan. Oh yeah. That's the Model 3 that was charging with me. Ripping along. That guy doesn't have to drive at 110 kilometers an hour for sure. Yeah. So there was another option. I could have charged less in Medicine Hat and go charge here in Maple Creek. But as you can see, the charger, the charging station, the superchargers are almost like 9 kilometers off the highway. So that's like 18 kilometers round trip and detour to go there. So no, that was better to charge more in Medicine Hat and go direct to Swift Current.
Out into the great wide open lookout world.
Okay, 105 kilometers from the charger. Estimated state of charge upon arrival, as you can see, 2%, which matches this one here, 2% as well. And I'm driving at 110 because, yeah, it dipped below 3% estimated state of charge at arrival. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna slow down. I was driving at 120. Yeah, that's about it. The consumption the last 50 kilometers has been pretty good, I think. 204 watt hour per kilometers, so pretty good, I mean, for a car that size. And temperature 17 degrees, still no wind, so perfect conditions outside for the trip. Okay, so it's interesting here. I will be arriving with 1%, it looks like now. Maybe even less. So, which means 0%. But yeah, what I want to talk about is, so we're 20 kilometers from the charger, so no worries, we'll make it. But now I can see that I'm power limited. So I'll record that and I'll show you on the video. But yeah, if you look here, you can see that I'm not gonna have full power. I'm gonna be limited at like, what, 200 kilowatts? So, interesting to see. But yeah, 5% state of charge, 20 kilometers remaining, so we'll make it, no problem. I'm just glad I slowed down to 110 kilometers an hour. And on the next charge, I will make sure I have enough buffer so I don't have to drive at 110 kilometers an hour. Plus, I had a slight tailwind, because the wind is from the northwest, from here, blowing that way at 15 kilometers an hour. So now it's going to be a headwind when I'm going back towards Alberta. So I'm probably going to have to charge to 70, 75%. So that's going to be a long charge. It's going to be like, I think, close to 40 minutes. Yeah, that's going to be a long charge. Okay, so I'm at 3 kilometers from the charger, almost 4, and I'm at 0%. Going to slow down a bit here. I'm not going to be too hard on the battery pack. So 0%, yeah, that was tight. If I didn't slow down to 110, I think I would have been stuck somewhere. Okay, now it says charge needed to reach destination. Ooh, not good. Oh no, I have to stop, red light. 0%. You can see the power limitation here. Charge needed to reach destination. Oof. Oof. That was stressful. Don't do like me. Make sure you have a bigger buffer. Okay. So let's take a look at the stats. So 0% trips, And we've driven 225 kilometers, used 49 kilowatt hour since we left Medicine Hat, and total 578 kilometers, 126 kilowatt hour, and average energy since we left home 217 watt hour per kilometer. Okay, let's plug. All right, that's going to be interesting to see what's happening here at 0%. 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt. It's going to be real slow at the beginning. 2 kilowatts. Yeah. So it's going to ramp up as the voltage in the battery pack is increasing. So yeah, we are still charging at 2 kilowatts. The battery voltage is ramping up very slowly. It was at 288 volts, so 290 now. Interesting number, the range 500 meters. And yeah, degradation 1.5%. Battery capacity is still 80.8 kilowatt hour. So pretty good for a car that's 7 years old and 110,000 kilometers on the odometer. Okay, there you go. We're at 48 kilowatts. So it just needed to ramp up to 300 volts-ish, and then power increased. So all good, 48 kilowatts. It's probably gonna ramp up to 140, 150 at 20%, 30% around there, and then slowly decrease up to 50 kilowatts again when we reach 70%, something like that, maybe even before that actually. So yeah, I'm gonna go grab some food, go to the washroom, and we'll talk about when we have to leave. Give me the juice. 162, 163. Wow, that was amazing. 163 in an old Model X 90D. Wow, bravo Tesla. All right, so anyway, I bought myself some food, and the next stop is gonna be, so back to Medicine Hat. I'm just gonna do it like this. Maple Creek, Medicine Hat, and I'm probably not gonna have any number yet, I assume. So I'm gonna eat, calculating energy. I'm gonna let it charge. I'm gonna eat, but I think I still have another like 30 minutes to go at least. 29%, still getting 148 kilowatts. Perfect. So yeah, not too sure what's going on here. The first 3 spots, it's written 15 minutes general parking, and then the last 3 vehicle charging only. So it means, yeah, I don't know, I've never seen that before. So what does it mean? That you can park without charging on those 3 stalls? Not sure what it means, and I need to charge longer than 15 minutes. I'm not gonna change to another stall because I don't know. If you know what it's for and what's going on here, let me know in the comment, because I don't really understand that. And there was the same thing, I talked about it in Medicine Hat. I forgot to take a picture in the end eventually, but in Medicine Hat it was written 30 minutes. So yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on there. Okay, 77%, only taking 38 kilowatts. That was so slow, but I wanted to make sure I had the 10% upon arrival here, the estimated state of charge upon arrival in Medicine Hat, because I don't want to be stressed like I was coming here. And plus I had a slight tailwind, and now I'm going to have a slight headwind, so I want to make sure I have enough juice. But let's go, because now it's charging so slow. Okay, 78%, let's go. All right, let's hit the road. Okay, next stop, Medicine Hat. cruising along on Highway 100 kilometers from the charger in Medicine Hat. State of charge estimated when we arrive is 8%, so looking good. Been driving at 120 kilometers an hour, and it's 18 degrees outside. We are currently sitting at 39% state of charge. Average consumption is higher than on the way to Swift Current, so the return trip we have a bit more consumption, but I think it's due to the fact that, well, I'm driving at 120 first, and we have a slight headwind probably. So, but 8% arrive state of charge when we arrive in Medicine Hat, so all good.
Ready to sail into the wind, heading west to find my reason, longing for something greater than this, and I'm right with anticipation. Yeah, I have a good.
Just took the exit in Medicine Hat, and we're gonna go to the supercharger. We're at 5%. So supercharger is 700 meters away, so that's gonna be a 5% arrival. And we'll charge, I think, up to 65%. 65%, and then we'll be on our way for Bassano. All right, let's plug on the first one, 2C. And let's take a look at the efficiency numbers. So we did 224 kilometers on the last leg, 243 watt hour per kilometer for the efficiency. So that's a lot of a lot of electricity used. And total distance 800 kilometers. Total energy 180 kilowatt hour. And that's the average consumption since we left home. All right, let's plug in. 154 kilowatts at 21%, 156. So really, that car, you need to road trip it between 5 to 50%. Otherwise, it's taking forever. But sometimes you don't have a choice. Like when I was in Swift Current, it was better to charge to almost 80% because the supercharger, we got 162 kilowatts there. That was the peak charging rate. Now it's gonna ramp down. But yeah, charging less in Swift Current would have been possible, but then I needed to stop in Maple Creek, and like I mentioned, the charger is it's like an 18 kilometers detour to go to the charger, so nope, I'm not doing it. Okay, continue trip. Give me the numbers. Oh, I guess we still have to wait. In the meantime, you know what I'm gonna do? Minus 10% here, so at 32%, so which means we're gonna be charging up to 52%, and then we'll disconnect. Oh yeah, Bassano, minus 3%, 2%. Oh yeah, continue trip. 2%. 2%, but I'm at 52%. So I've been at 2% here for like, what, 5-6% here? Oh my god, I don't know what to do. Yeah. Exactly the same situation as from Medicine Hat to Swift Current earlier. Why is it doing that? And what I don't understand is, when you click on the destination here, supercharger Bassano, and I want to go there. Okay, give me the numbers. So here I have minus 1%. But then I clicked on the kind of energy management page. Here I have 2%. I think I'll trust that number, but there is no way. I just need to drive 160 kilometers. Yeah, I guess I need to charge up to 60%. And if I clicked on continue trip, 3% now. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so now it's working. So really you want to wait 10% here. That's what you need to do. Now I'll know. Sometimes it's gonna get stuck, but it's kind of normal. You wait until you get the numbers you like. Okay. All right, 65%. We were still doing 68 kilowatts. And now we have 10% when we'll arrive in Bassano. So let's unplug and let's see if it jumps this one. Stay at 10%. Okay, let's go. Okay, off we go. Direction Bassano.
Ready to sail into the wind, heading west to find my
200 kilometers later. Yes! Woohoo! Let's go! All right, we're gonna take the exit for the supercharger here in Bassano. I might have driven a bit faster than 120, but it's not an efficiency contest. The goal is to do the trip as fast as possible. So yeah, the average efficiency on that trip, that's here, has been 262 watt hour per kilometer. So not the best efficiency, but I knew I could make it to the charger. See, I still have 9%, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go a bit faster. So I'm gonna plug, we're gonna charge, figure out how long we need to charge. There is two options here. Either we charge enough to go home, which is like 180 kilometers away, I think, or we charge for a short amount of period of time here, blast to the next supercharger in Strathmore, charge and blast home. And that's what I'm gonna do, I think, because this car doesn't charge very well in the upper state of charge. So there you go. And I'm gonna plug. All right, I was ordering food and I checked on the app. We got the usual 160 kilowatt peak rate here. 4% state of charge upon arrival in Strathmore. So we'll go up to 10% and then we'll hit the road. Let's take a look at, okay, so if I do continue trip here, yeah, 4%, so now it's the same. I've never really understood that continue trip, but anyway. If I want to go home, so let's say Cochrane, let's see, minus 23%. So I would need to charge another 30%. So that would be maybe even a bit more, like 32%. That would be up to 64%. So that would be really slow. So I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to Strathmore. There you go. That's better. 7%. Okay, yeah, almost ready to go. Okay, I got 10% here. Let's unplug and hit the road. Oh, this is just so easy to charge with Tesla. I love it. All right, let's go. Out of the highway, and we're gonna be arriving at the last supercharge stop of the day. We're at 6%. High usage supercharger station. Yeah, we're 4 Teslas here. It's a 6 stall station, so yeah, Charging limit set to 80%. We're taking 54 kilowatt as usual at that state of charge. And to go to Cochrane, minus 22%, so I'll need to take another 32%, let's say. So I'm gonna need to go to 40%. 40% probably I'll unplug and we'll start the last leg of the day. 42%, still taking 100 kilowatts. And the estimated state of charge when I'll arrive home is 13%. I charged a bit longer because, I mean, I'm still having good charge. And the wind's kind of waking up here. You can see that the wind's increasing. So I'm gonna have a westerly wind going west. So I wanna make sure I can go home without any stress. So 14%, that's more than enough. Let's unplug and let's hit the road. All right, here I am in my neighborhood, 9% state of charge on the last trip, the efficiency. So we drove 100 kilometers. Efficiency was 249 watt hour per kilometer. But yeah, we have a lot of elevation from Strathmore to Cochrane. So, you know, driving at 120 plus the elevation, not surprised. Yeah, I'm gonna park in my garage. I'll look at the numbers probably tomorrow. I did the video, so, and then I'll do a conclusion as usual. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's talk numbers. 13 hours and 18 minutes was the total time to do the trip with the Model X. Energy used 271 kilowatt hour. Weather condition, as you've seen on the video, sunny, calm winds, like I mentioned, 3 to 20 degrees Celsius. So we left in the morning with 3 degrees and it was 20 at most in Swift Current in the afternoon. Charging, so that's the big concern here. Charging, we spent 2 hours and 34 minutes to charge, and where we lost a lot of time was in Swift Current, where I needed to charge up to 77%. So, and as you've seen on the video, the Model X charged really slow in the upper state of charge, and we had to stop six times to charge. So yeah, if I know what you were saying, Tesla versus CCS. He's using a Model X from 2016. But yeah, like I mentioned in the intro, it's just to make it interesting. I know that if I had taken a long range, a Model 3 long range, a brand new one, or a recent one, there was no chance. Like the Mach-E, the CCS car would have lost. So, you know, just to make it interesting. Talking about the Mach-E, the CCS car, I'm going to be doing the trip next. What's going to happen is, for the CCS car to win, I'll need all the Petro-Canada on the way there in the prairies to Swift Current to work, which is really unlikely. Because apart from the Petro-Canada, the other fast charger are rated for 50 kilowatts, like the Flow charger, the Co-op chargers. So if the Petro-Canada don't work, I'm done. I can't win with the CCS car. Well, I mean, I'm done. The CCS car is done. I don't care. So yeah, the infrastructure in the prairies is really bad. That's why it's interesting to for me to do a trip there for once instead of always going west in BC, where the infrastructure is a lot better in terms of CCS charging. All right, so that's the end of the video. That's the end of part 1. Stay tuned for part 2 with the CCS car. I hope you enjoyed. French Connection, I'm Victorian. See you later.